What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of CineAmigos. I'm your co-host, Eddie Wiss.
Pablo?
And surprise killer, Juan.
Thank you. And with our special guest,
Chasing the Whimsy, I'm Ben.
And Megan.
all right, this is one of two collabs that we're gonna be having with Chasing the Whimsy. We recorded our first one a couple weeks ago, and now this is part two of our little collab. So
Yep.
sit back, relax, and let's get to it.
Alright, who wants to start? Do y'all, you know what? We'll let y'all start and tell us what you think about the movie.
Well, let's talk about the experience going into the movie theater with it. So, if you guys want to tell us about your movie experience with it,
We're doing we're talking the Scream 7, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Boom, perfect. You can go first. You saw it first, and because I saw her last Sunday, and she had
Right.
already saw it. And she was like, "You have to go see it. You have to go see it."
And Ben is terrible because he wants spoilers so bad. And what happened? You're like, shh, just watch the movie. No, but going into it, of course, as Ben knows, Kelly and I are chronically late to everything.
Yeah.
So we were running into the theater during the first kill. It was a good experience. I feel like coming back to the franchise with Kevin Williamson as the director and the writer was super cool. I think the opening scene was fantastic. I think that it was shot differently than other ones, maybe even better.
Better.
Definitely better. There was a lot of holding. There was a lot of holding on scenes and waiting for tension to build
Yes.
instead of the instant gratification of something spooky or weird happening. So I thought it was pretty cool. And I was really
you had
excited
a
for
good
this
turnout.
one.
Yeah.
Would you say you had a good turnout of people showing up at the movie theater?
Yeah, we were in a pretty big theater, and there was the whole back section was filled, but we always sit up in the front,
Right.
so.
Okay.
I went-
From where you have to stare up, or?
Bro, okay. No, there's a method to the madness. I don't like being around other people. I don't like hearing people crunching their chips and moving their
Okay.
stuff. So you know how there's
yeah.
a back section, then an aisle, and then the front section? I'm in the very back left of that front section every single time. That's my spot, and Kelly and I always sit there.
The handicap row.
Well, yeah, there's handicap
right
behind
behind
us,
it.
Okay.
but not we're in the first real row that's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes we do have to look up, and it's not so cool. But I would go crazy if somebody's phone light was shining behind me. I would hate it, so I just sit up front.
You get those weird angles when you're looking up, and then all of a sudden the people's foreheads are bigger.
Sometimes if you're way too close, if it's those tiny theaters, oh my god, it's a pain.
And what about yourself, Whimsy?
I went Monday at 2 p.m. So there was nobody there. I went with a lady from work, and then so there was 3 people behind us, and maybe 1 or 2 in front of us. So I didn't expect it to be packed, but I absolutely loved it.
Okay.
She didn't give me any spoilers.
No,
I
I did
didn't-
not.
I didn't look anything up before I went. I went in cold, and I think it was. I hate to throw around brilliant, but some of the choices that they made with the music, the phasing in and out of the ghost face phasing in and out of the darkness was beautiful. It was you could tell they put a little extra into it, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, they were in love with the franchise.
I have a confession to make, and that I did not actually watch a single other Scream movie before going into Scream 7.
Okay.
That's a great perspective, though.
And to be fair, considering they didn't like the movie, and I actually ended up enjoying it, I went
Yeah.
in with no expectation, and it actually was a better turnout for me. I actually managed to enjoy it. For the most part, our movie theater experience, we had this one guy that wouldn't
Oh
stop
my
talking
God.
in there. And,
Oh my God.
we had the big reveal scene of the killers, and they're having their monologue, and he starts talking again, and I literally had to get up and say, "Shut up." And he was about to talk back until his girlfriend told him "Dude, stop."
She's probably
At the
sick
end of
of
the
it
movie, she
too,
stood up, and he
honestly.
was trying to
Mind you, this guy is twice our size.
At the end of the movie, he got up and he was trying to figure out which one of the 3 of us said something. And he
Yeah.
was just I was just on my phone looking down. I was like, no. Hey, to be fair, I had my Ghostface mask with me. Like, if he started beef, I'd see him at the parking lot with the mask on. Okay. Like, Scream 8's about to happen. That's pretty much.
Yeah, honestly, like that's movie theater experience. Like it kind of was annoying for us, but I mean, when we were able to watch it, there were some parts that I'm gonna talk about that I did enjoy. There is a lot of negative things that I will talk about for sure. But
And I have positives because I like to devil's advocate. So
There you go.
there is one thing I wanted to actually bring. I think I have it on my notes, and I think it's because we were talking about how the mask was like almost like reminiscent of the Scream and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I actually went back to find out where the mask came from. It was actually from a Ghostmaker kits that Funworld was releasing. They didn't know exactly what the face was gonna be, and then this kit came out that was supposed to be inspired by bedsheet ghosts. And there was the fourth one? It's called the Wailer, and it was pretty much the Ghostface mask that they ended up settling for.
Very
And
cool.
I do have a picture, but I forgot to like send to you so you could put it up there.
But you can.
Oh, yeah,
can show it up.
show it
in
on the camera.
I'm gonna get up. Let's see.
Something like.
Let's see if I can like. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's basically the same.
Yeah. And you can see it right here too.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
So
the fact that it lines up with the art painting of the Scream is just a happy coincidence. But
Yeah.
looking into it, I thought it was interesting. That's the actual origin of the mask.
Oh, very cool.
So who wants to start from us?
Well, we have hate, love, hate, enjoyed, hate. So if you want to start first, Danny.
Okay. For a person who's seen all of the Scream movies, like the biggest negative was the motive of why they were the Scream people.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the mom who was what was her name? I don't even know.
I don't even remember.
I don't even remember because like she only showed up for like 3 minutes in the movie.
Yeah, she had like 2 appearances and then just kind of effed off for the rest of the film.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
she basically said, I became this because I read your book. It inspired me to kill my husband, and then you left, and then it made me more crazy. Like
And Pilates.
Pilates, because she wanted to be more agile to be the Ghostface. And then the second guy just was there for
The heck of it.
shits and giggles, I guess.
And the third one was just one of the
One of the psych ward, her people who
mental
stayed-
patients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which was pretty interesting. Like there was 3 Ghostface, but one of them got off really quickly, which was one of the things that actually surprised me. And
Right.
What's different is like I enjoyed like that little different thing about it, but like that final act reveal and everything just made no sense to me.
So her name is Jessica Bowden in the
Of course,
in the
Jessica.
yeah.
At least it wasn't Karen.
Yeah, but
So that's the biggest
that's my
negative.
biggest negative.
Is there
Let's
more
get it out of the
negatives
way.
that you have?
The story overall was all over the place for me. The way they brought back Stu was creative.
Yeah.
Hate AI being used to further a story. I'm happy that Matthew Lillard came back in some sense. I just hate the way they did it.
I'll wait until the very end and I'll comment on that because I need to get your guys' opinion on some of the not so said loudly things, and we're gonna predict what 8 or 9 might look like.
Oh, so my turn.
I guess.
Okay.
So did you want to talk positives first or?
You do your negative since you're the other.
All right, then I'll go. Am I just supposed to mention negatives or just my opinions of the movie?
You can do your negative.
All right. Well, I didn't have much negatives for the movie. Like I said, I went with low expectations for this movie because I already gave my opinion on the horror movie franchises and how the effect gets lost over time. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought the first scene with the killer was really creative, like you guys said, with like the vanishing to the darkness.
Yeah.
And replacing the automatic robot that was there. Plus, that kill was actually really cool. How he like turns her on last minute and stabs her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to some of the negatives that were thrown out, I actually didn't have an issue with the motive as much. I do believe she took a positive thing, which was the empowerment that came from her experience with the ghost phase, to stand up to her abusive husband. And, it just became almost like a psychosis after that, which she was put in a mental institution for that. So it made sense. It's not like it didn't. And if you look back at the movie, there's many hints that she's the killer. Technically, you see the disdain that she has for her son multiple times in the movie.
Yeah.
When she's talking, like, you can see the little nods that at the time didn't add up to anything, but looking back after the reveal, it's like, okay, it all makes sense.
Another thing that happened was when she killed like the first friend.
Mm-hmm.
They said like that Ghostface knew the ins and outs of the high school.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she was the mom of the kid, so it's like she was one of the kills. She was the one who was doing the killing in the high school. Yeah.
And after watching the movie, I think all my ideas I gave in the previous episode are still potentially valid. I think Stu is still alive. I think this is a setup movie, and we are gonna get a Cult of Ghostface. Like, I think it all played out fairly well, to where you set up a story where Stu could be alive, and also at the same time disprove that he's alive.
Mm.
Like, overall, a decent movie. I said there were some cool kills. If anything, it felt more Mortal Kombat than the Mortal Kombat movie. I was expecting like big letters of fatality every time there was a kill.
Yeah,
But,
the kills were definitely well, 6 had some pretty interesting ones too. But yeah, they definitely didn't shy away about being creative in a couple of the kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's one that Pablo doesn't like, and I'm sure we'll get into that kill.
That's the first thing I was gonna talk about.
But you
So-
take the mic.
I liked most of the kills. The kills were fun, especially that first one, where they start running around the old Ghostface house, where it all happened and all that stuff. The one I hated was the one with what's it called?
The beer.
The
The beer tap?
What the beer tap? I'll tell you why. I believe in my humble opinion, it's impossible for a 180-pound dude to carry a 220-pound dude and stab him through the head like that.
Yeah.
No, it was like the orderly is like 180. The kid with his height and everything is around 200 to 220. Yeah. So that's what I would put him at. So I hated that kill. I thought it was impossible to do. I get Ghostface is strong, but I mean there's a lot of different Ghostfaces. So if they would have, I don't know. I think it just with it's humanly impossible. I think, but that's the one I hated. The other. I second everything that Eddie said, and then the other scene that I hated, that I was like, what the hell are you doing, Sydney? Was when they were doing the interview, and she leaves because her daughter's getting attacked. We all know that the car was Gail Weathers, and she doesn't have the keys. So what makes her think that she can drive away in that car? And then she goes running instead of going for the keys. It'll take you, what, a minute to go for the keys and then come back? When running takes you like 15 minutes? I don't know. Those were the two big gripes I had with the movie, apart from what Eddie said. But the other one, the one that I think was funny and liked it, even though it was like kind of dumb, was when they finally killed the last Ghostface. Like
over the top.
It was like you had to shoot her like 30 times to kill her. Come on.
You gotta shoot him in the face.
Yeah, one of the big rules of Scream is you have to shoot the killer in the face. I don't know if that was supposed to be a nod to that.
Until the next movie where we get a bulletproof Ghostface mask.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. That was a good idea, actually.
Yep. So those were my big negatives. The positives, like y'all said, how Ghostface was used with like the shadows and all that was great. I like the relationship between Sydney and her daughter and how they don't really connect, but because Sydney is still living through that trauma from her past. I also love what's it called? Joel McHale.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
honestly, dude, how the hell did he not bleed out and die?
You signed a 2-movie deal, that's why.
I was a little bit more confused as to why.
I didn't really care about that. He was like one of my favorite characters throughout the movie. 'Cause
Yeah.
Definitely.
He was just like fighting them off and being really clutch through those times.
Okay, the other negative that was small that I forgot is like the cops go into the house. How do you not check the attic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's an attic there. You gotta check that too, right? So it's like, I don't know. I had a lot of negatives for this one for the first time in a long time for a movie.
Yeah.
What are your reviews?
My reviews? Okay, so I would say that there were some things, like you said, that were like super impossible, like the beer tap kill and stuff like that. I was more impressed by kind of like the direction and the way it was shot. I thought the sound design was really cool. I thought all the scenes where like normal things were happening versus like the exciting scenes were shot so well, that the dialogue was done well, that they were actually working on establishing characters, which is something that the Scream franchise is known for, which is that the characters are the draw instead of the killer, versus like, you know, Michael Myers is what we care about in other, like, you know, in Halloween, or Jason Voorhees is what we care about in Friday the 13th. In Scream, you care about the legacy characters and the characters who we're hoping will fight through to the end. And I thought they did good on like establishing the whole nuclear family of, like, you know, the Prescotts, or Evans Prescott's family. And I thought that everything was shot really well. I thought that they took their time on some of the more like tense scenes instead of going straight into killing like they might do in some of the like 5 or 6. They kind of like kept everything very snappy, very, very quick. Everybody's getting chased. With these ones, it was more of like a sense of like ominous. Is this person coming up to the door, or are they not? They hid stuff from us so that we would feel nervous for the characters, instead of just showing us that, you know, Ghostface is on the other side of the door and he's about to pop through.
They let you linger in that intensity of like, is he around the corner? Is he not around the corner? And they kind of let you sit in that moment for a second and kind of just really stress out.
Yeah. They let the atmosphere just kind of sit there for a second, especially in the first scene where, you know, we've got that Ghostface puppet in the background, and the shot with like, he's here and the puppet's all the way in the background, but you're always seeing it.
Yeah.
You're always seeing the puppet in the background, and as like an audience member, you know something's gonna happen with the puppet.
You're waiting for it to move.
But you're like, did it switch out yet? Is it that he switched out, or are they gonna get faked out by the puppet and turn around and there's Ghostface? So it's kind of like this sense of, we know what's gonna happen, but like a Jack in the Box, you're pulling it and you don't know when. And that kind of like created suspense in the scene, which I thought was pretty well done.
They kind of made it feel like as an audience, I knew what was going to happen, but they let it linger for a second.
Yeah.
To the point where I started doubting where he was coming from, left or right. Did they switch out the animatronic one? But yeah, I like sitting in it to be like, where are they coming from?
Yeah.
The kill and it was weird to see him set her on fire.
Yeah.
Like, that was intense. Like,
Yeah.
I get the kill and like you bleed out, but to be like, you're gonna bleed out and then I'm gonna like pour gasoline on you and then burn you alive. And then that was intense. I'm like,
You're just gonna
Well,
get
there's
burned
no kill
either
like
way.
overkill.
Yeah.
Like, it does play on like so often in horror movies. Like, then this is popularized from like the 1970s, where like the slasher films kind of first came up, where like the person is dead, like the killer is dead, and we're all as an audience thinking, don't you want to make sure?
Right.
Do you want to take their mask off? Do you want to like shoot them a couple more times, make sure they're dead? So in this movie, it's almost like they overkill the, people that they're coming after them because they're like, hey, I don't want this person getting back up and killing me again. No way. Fool me once, shame
Right.
on you. You know what I mean?
You know what I was sad about is that I looked up fan theories prior to watching the movie and what people were thinking about the trailers and stuff, and I had seen many theories that suggested McKenna Grace's character was secretly Stu's daughter. And then she
Interesting.
enters the movie and she's the first one to die, and I'm like, bro, why?
Oh wait,
When she
that
died,
scene.
too, was
Okay,
pretty-
yeah, no, that scene that was a positive. Like I
Yeah.
turned to Kelly as soon as I saw them effing up on the Peter Pan scene they were in, and I was like, I bet you that's gonna show up in a kill scene.
Yeah.
Is her being on that high wire flying thing, and that was done really well. It was set up, and then the payoff comes later. She got her foot stuck just like she did in
Just like she said.
practice. So it was like watching the same thing over, but this time there was actual danger in the room. So I thought that was kind of cool that they like played that into something that they were already doing, and it happens in a high school,
Yeah.
which is resonant with people because it's kids dying. Sometimes you forget that these are just like high school kids, and that's like extremely. That would be crazy if that happened in your own real
Right.
life. If like high school kids were getting murdered at like theater practice or whatever.
She
I
did a
think
really
to
good
me-
job too, like really expressing that fear, because she's the only one that was trapped and could not
Yes.
go anywhere. And she's getting slashed a couple of times, and then the final kill shot was interesting, just like the straight gutting her open and just letting it all fall out.
I think that one was the most like believable kill, you know? Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
But you guys did have issues with that scene too, because I remember they complained about the fact that Tatum wasn't more shocked to see her friend hanging.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, she
Yeah.
didn't see it. Like Sydney literally got in the way of it.
Right.
She literally covered it up. The only person she would have seen is the kid that was on the floor dead.
right. The Megan talked about it last week. The choices that they made cinematography wise. When Tatum has her earbuds in, it's just the regular background music, and then when she takes one of the earbuds out, it lowers the music. When she takes the other one out, it fades way
Cuts
back.
the background.
So it's interesting that they use the music to be in her head, and when she's taking the buds out and the music changes. It was interesting to really kind of put you into that place of Tatum
Yeah.
and not just looking at it. Like now I'm in it with her now, which I thought was all like a really interesting choice.
Yeah.
I do have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
So when I'm watching the movie, there was a scene where I was a little confused, and that's the fact that the boyfriend, the one that recreated the video using AI,
Yeah.
prior to that scene though, he had said that the actual video was not AI, that everything matched up and everything looked correct as a video, but then he recreated it, so it was kind of confusing. Was that first
Yeah.
video real and he just managed to recreate it, or was it actually AI?
I think that I don't know that he said it wasn't AI necessarily, but the thing is that it would probably be more of like a deep fake. So like an AI video is like completely floor to ceiling generated by a computer. When you're doing a deep fake video, you have Ben and his body is real, this background is real, everything around us is real, I'm real, but his face would be the only thing that was digitally changed. So if they were doing a deep fake, the artifacts that you look for with an AI video would be all over the video. The artifacts you look for a deep fake are only around the face and head. So you'll see like sometimes when they move too fast, you'll see the real face poking through. So it didn't really make sense that he was able to just like.
Just like real quickly, it's like nah.
I also don't know when he was able to do that because they were all sitting at the bar together. So I'm like,
Yeah,
when
that
they were
was
like, I'm
really
gonna kill your
quick.
mom, I guess. Like that would be a really weird thing for him to just be saying in the
Right.
corner while he was making this like, video. Like that'd be awkward as hell. And that just gave an excuse for him to end up being a victim.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that was like conveniently putting like the like spotlight on him
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah, like they really shoehorned it in.
Yeah, they were like, oh, he's the murderer. Well, and they did the girl who was the costume girl. She said she
Yep.
was in the costume room when they were in there, but they never explain it later on like where she actually was if she was lying. it is like a staple of Scream to have everybody be like kind of
In one place.
be like possibly the killer.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're gonna look at everybody and say, are they the killer? Are they the killer? But it kind of has to make some sense.
Right.
But then they also think she lied about it, and then they invite her to hang out with them afterwards.
I like that they brought the two back that were the camera guy and the girl who wants to be a reporter. I'm glad that they brought those two back because they were like, you want to know the rules? Let's go to the bar. And I love how honest they were. One of you guys are the killer.
They're like, literally, one of you is the killer for sure, and then none of them is the killer.
You're like, we've been through this once before. One of you guys are the killer.
But the whole scene is like, oh, maybe it's the creepy theater kid guy. Maybe it's who's like obsessed with murders. Maybe it's this girl. Maybe it's that girl. But like, they don't really give us anything to actually go on, except for like bland. Oh, they seem kind of creepy, or they might be a little bit sus. And then, of course, they all get killed, so we know that none of them are the killer.
You know, considering how much of a fanatic the son is of the stab movies and all that stuff that happens, Sidney's life, how did he not know his mother was one of the Ghostface killers?
That's true.
Like, you'd think he would have noticed something.
Sidney didn't know her own boyfriend was the Ghostface killer.
True.
But she was not obsessed with killers.
Cologne in here.
She was not obsessed with true crime like this guy was.
Yeah.
Like, he had an obsession for this.
With Joel McHale, it was interesting that him and they had secret code words. Like they seemed like they did some training.
Yeah, to get away from a killer, to break off from them.
But it's weird because there's a separation between Dad and Tatum's relationship and Mom and Sydney's, or in Tatum and Mom's situation, where Mom's like, don't do anything, but Dad's like, when I give you the double wink and a fucking flip of the hat, duck down or like kick someone in the shoe.
Yeah.
So I think there was a bit of a disconnect of like.
But there was also a disconnect in their parenting as far as he wanted to be open, she wanted to be closed. But at the same time, we have to appreciate that he does not have a background of being traumatized.
Yeah, fair.
He's like, yeah, be open about it. Well, it didn't happen to him. Like all this like whole franchise has happened to Sydney Prescott, and he's like, come on, can't you just tell her a little bit?
Right.
And both of them are protective of Tatum, but they just did it in different ways.
Yeah.
The dad is the cop, and he's like was mostly like trying to train her to like defend herself and be able to like get away from any situation. Whereas Sydney's way of parenting her was just isolating her from the truth and like not being able to like help her fight off these things, which could have Ghostface will come back. So that's what the disconnect was.
All right.
The other funny part was that the two characters that came back, they get stabbed again and almost die again. It's like it's the third time, guys. You gotta get it together. You know the drill. Like.
I have a question for the whole table, and that includes you guys for this question. Where do you think Scream 8 is going to head into? Like, what do you think the plot could be, or where the story is going to go from here? Anyone?
Sorry, I just hate this movie too much. I can't even think about it.
So, go ahead, Ben.
I think what this one did good with was introducing Tatum to the trauma and the reality of like this keeps happening. I think we see more from Tatum in the next one. At some point, we have to hand it off to somebody else, like a new Scream Queen. Maybe I don't know.
But at the end, she goes, "I'm not a has-been. You think I'm too old for this?" It's almost like the movie's telling us, like, Sydney's
we're
not
coming
going
back.
anywhere.
Yeah, she's taking back.
She's definitely coming back.
I think there's gonna be some training. I honestly think there's a couple of scenes, like huge spoilers if anybody's watching. They went and they called and they wanted to find out Stu's death report, and it got lost. And the lady who did the autopsy thing died 3 years earlier. But the one guy was like, "Yeah, Stu was a John Doe."
Yeah, but he was the guy, so he was just trying to throw them off.
Maybe.
I think that's valid. I think that actually could be potentially real fact that he was actually there. They just decided to throw it in there as well.
Because, like, to get the deep fake, what's an easier way to get it than to like let's get the actual guy's face.
Well, okay, so I think maybe in the universe of the movie it does make sense, but in reality it just doesn't. Like, take yourself back to Scream 1996. Two young men, killed a bunch of people, right? You're gonna tell me nobody noticed one of those bodies didn't show up? I don't care about records. I don't care about... Nobody's gonna notice one of the bodies wasn't in the morgue. It was just like, well, he'll show up eventually.
Well, in this movie, there was a curfew, and we saw a cop get in the car, looked like they were going to get ready to patrol. There was not a single cop after lights out. There was not one cop driving around patrolling for shit.
Oh my god, that's true.
Like,
yeah.
They're like, call the police, and not a single police showed up anywhere until the very end.
Nobody noticed that Joe McHale's character was like not there
remember
anymore.
I told you about that too?
I mean, I think there's ways to make it work. For example, like, was it Dexter has that one, in the Dexter series, there's that one character that has a serial killer fanatic and is collecting memorabilia. We could easily set up the fact that someone with money and means found these killings and decided to, like, rescue him, like...
Right.
And cover it all up and, you know, basically keep him out of the light until his time came.
I mean, if he's all brain damaged...
going a little overboard.
He comes back as a good guy. He dies. He comes back in the next one. He's like, I got brain damage. I kind of remember who you are. I remember everything before I became a serial killer. Let's be friends again. Boom, sacrifices himself. Credits.
No.
It's not like
they're
already. I think we already talked. There were already like plans to bring him back at some point for Scream 3. He literally got paid, even though he didn't appear. He was on contract and they paid him. But the plan was basically the following. You know, where they were going to set up that cult with Stu. Yeah. I think they're just basically doing what they originally planned to do.
What I've heard that people are speculating a little is that they're gonna go a little bit into the supernatural, and both Stu and Billy Loomis are gonna be alive and gonna come back as Ghostface some way somehow.
Well, they were coming back as like visions at one point in like 5 or 6, where like they were seeing Billy Loomis.
The girls from 5 can come back and be killers.
That would
she
be
enjoyed
really cool. Yeah, that would be cool. Like to have them back.
Loomis's daughter got a thrill killing.
Yeah.
Like she's gone, so she comes back easy 8, 9, and she becomes the new killer.
Well, I don't know if the wounds are too deep there though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I think at some
money
point
talks
though.
too, right? Money talks too, so we can get them. We might get them back. It depends on how much they what's it called?
Willing to pay.
Are willing to pay them.
Right. What's interesting with what they did with 7 was they killed everybody. They killed every kid.
Yeah.
So the idea and the plot hole on this one was who's the new killer? Some chick who read a book. So like the Scream 8 is, it almost kind of looks like who could be the killer. I guess is where you start with 8.
Right.
And like you look at it and you're like, all the kids are dead, so none of them are coming back. I mean, I guess one of the kids' moms and parents can come back, like they did in 3 or 2.
Yeah, and 2, like, you know.
And like, let's just restart. Let's just like we have an 8 movie roadmap. Let's just redo it again, maybe. But yeah, they killed everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be more like interesting if it was a cult of Ghostface situation or scenario, because at some point you got to think like if you're Sidney Prescott, like, hey, is it me? Like, I'm not the problem here. Like, imagine over like 2 decades or almost 3 decades, people just keep trying to kill you over and over again. I'd start thinking the problem was like closer to home than I thought.
There actually was one person that didn't kill off that was in promotional, which is kind of weird, and it was the drama teacher. It was really weird that they didn't kill him off. Or
that guy was like in the bathroom skulking.
Yeah,
he was skulking.
So technically, that could
the
set up someone.
scene.
Yeah, he had some weird things to say to Tatum.
Yeah, he was kind of a weirdo, and they forgot about him.
Yeah.
Maybe he is coming back in 8.
Could. You ruined my play.
Or maybe it just
You're the worst dog ever.
or maybe it just inspired him to like take on a new role, you know, the role of Ghostface. Make it more theatrical.
They do Scream on stage, and he's like, he produces it, and then there's actual killings.
Stab.
Yeah, but that's what happened
Stab
with
on
Scream
stage.
2.
Yeah,
Stab the musical.
right.
Stab the musical.
Real quick, how do we feel that
Broadway.
the opening didn't start with a stab opening?
Fine.
Well,
I don't
it
like
was,
stab
the
openings.
posters were there.
Yeah,
right?
there was a lot of posters. Oh, I did like that the opening was like, because it didn't start with stab, and then also at the end of that opening, they burned down Stu Macher's house,
Yeah.
which is interesting because I feel like that means they're like closing the doors on bringing back Stu Macher's house every 3 movies or so as like a set piece, saying we're going to start with new beginnings instead of going back to what we're doing over and over again.
They're gonna remodel it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The new
Bigger and
owners,
better
you know,
than
new
ever.
house.
New owners.
You burned down my Airbnb. I gotta do it again.
Oh, I couldn't imagine who would actually like go to that Airbnb knowing everything that
Oh,
happens.
no.
Oh no, I think we can.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people would, but it's creepy as all get
Like
out.
I'm pretty sure they made an
Right?
Amityville like horror house. Like people would go and stay over there. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see an 8.
Nah, I was gonna
I
say,
would
like,
be curious
nah.
to see where they go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
So on the movie, any last thoughts?
I absolutely I loved it. I thought it was. I mean, all of the movies have a plot hole of some kind in it. Like,
Yeah.
True,
the
true.
plot hole in 2 was kind of like really like, oh, come on.
Oh, God.
It seemed a little janky, but I enjoyed it for the most part.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see where Courtney Cox goes because she's got the residual damage.
She was almost written out. She produced this movie, and she was almost written out of it.
Yeah.
Like she was in like 2 scenes, and then she got left behind at like the movie studio, and then they were like, "Well, I guess she never followed Sydney." Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they were all buddy. It was like we're in it together.
Yeah.
But it's that thing where it's like we're in it together, but now I got my daughter, so now I want to start doing it now with my daughter for 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
I liked it. The plot holes were a little bit whatever, but I think you see those in almost all horror movies, to be honest. Where there's, I'm more upset that there was no patrolling the streets during curfew than her reading a book and then being upset she wasn't in New York and then like psychopathically getting all the other psychopaths like on board.
Well, and this ostensibly happened like in Scream 4.
Yeah.
Because that's when she wrote the book.
Yeah.
So she's been brewing in that insane asylum for the whole time. Or was she? Because then she has her son, and then like, when did she get out and get her son?
Right.
I don't know. The continuity of that just seemed like a little bit weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, when did she get out of the insane asylum? When did she start raising her son? Because the son was the son of the abuser. Because she said that he reminded her of his father.
Ooh, the abuser comes back in. He's like,
Oh
"You
my
killed
god,
him."
he's dead.
Oh yeah, she killed him. Maybe.
Triple cross.
Hey, nobody's dead unless you're hanging off of a beer tap or shot in the face. That's all I know.
I did forget something I did want to ask, which is probably my favorite part of the movie theater experience. What do you guys think of the Scary Movie 6 trailer?
Oh, absolutely love it.
I was gonna say I'm so excited. I think that would be like definitely something I'm looking forward to.
I think the Wayans brothers are fantastic, and I think they got 13 years of horror movies to play with.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be jam packed. We got Anna Faris and Regina Hall back. I think it's gonna be amazing. I'm curious to see. They're gonna cram all of it in there. I think.
Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah.
Because like in that movie, it's all about just like bit after bit after bit.
I think it's gonna be absolutely amazing. It's on my top 5.
I heard a small like plot leak where like the Wayans brothers are gonna be the Ghostface killers coming after the crew because they were excluded from Scary Movie 3 and 4.
Nice.
And I
Nice.
thought that was so funny.
Get real meta into it. Heck
Yeah.
I would.
I mean, one of the Wayans brothers was already Ghostface in the first movie. So.
Bringing it back.
But with that being said, what do you rate the movie?
Out of 10.
I'm gonna say 8.
I got an 8. I was gonna go like I was 7, 8. I very much enjoyed it. I think it did it justice for the franchise. I think what really put it over the top on the 8 was what they did visually. Some of the kills were interesting, visually interesting, and then I love what they did with the ghost face phasing in and out of the dark, the plastic, the headphones. Just those little things I really think impacted the quality of the film. 8.
Yeah, I think 8 mostly because of how it fits into the franchise. I mean, like, as far as like scary movies go, obviously I would like watch Hereditary against this, or I'd watch The Witch against this as far as like quality for horror movies. But as far as like a fun slasher fic, I think this one was done like particularly well as like in that very niche genre.
For a number 7 of a franchise that knows what it is, absolutely an 8. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely killing the Halloween reboots.
Yeah.
That kind of got all messy.
What about you, Pablo?
So for me, it was a 5. Yes, I did not like it. Let's just leave it at 5. Hey, there's no wrong answer here.
Oh no, for sure.
I am glad that the 3 of you loved it.
I keep saying enjoy. You keep saying love every time I talk about this movie.
Enjoyed it.
No, there's a huge difference between enjoying and loving.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. But to me, I didn't enjoy it. Plus, the guy that was right next to us made it.
Oh, right, for sure.
Times worse.
Oh, absolutely. A movie-going experience can definitely impact your first, because it's your first impression of the movie. You go back a year from now, rewatch it, going in to get ready for 8, you'd be like, oh, okay, I see how much better it is. But absolutely, a horrible movie experience will ruin your day.
Therefore, sit in the front.
Guy was also like tapping his foot like this.
That's what I'm saying. I can't deal with that.
Oh my
Sit in the front, bro. Sit in the front. Join the cult.
To be fair, I've been on the other end of it, and sometimes being the loud person on a horrible movie can be really fun. Like,
it is.
My favorite scary movie experience has been watching The Nun, and that's because me and my friends didn't stop cracking jokes the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you have that scene where like the girl's floating up in the air, like levitating, and all you hear is my friend 2 seats to the left, and I'm free falling. And it's just like, sometimes I get it. If there's not a full movie theater, sometimes it can be so fun to just joke around and.
But for us, it was pretty much a full movie theater.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, no one wanted to say it, but everyone wanted to tell him to shut up, you know.
And I had the pleasure of doing so.
And then there was all you hear when he says, "Shut up, dude." The one person in the background's like, he actually said it.
As for my rating, I give Scream 7 stabs out of 10.
Nice.
I think it was a decently enjoyable. Again, low expectations, so sometimes it's easier to enjoy a movie and not be as critical of it when you're watching it.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can be critical of this one, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think you can set the low expectations, but I don't think it was going to be the Citizen Kane of fucking horror films or fucking number 7s. Will this movie make you want to go back and at least watch some of the previous ones?
I think I do want to check out 2 and 3. But other than that, like as for like the previous new ones that came out, I probably won't. And luckily, watching, I did not need too much context of the previous movies. I think the only thing I asked Pablo at one point was what movie each faked person at the end, when the killers show up. Yeah, that's the only thing I had to ask is what movie they came from, and that's it. Yeah.
And talking about like the Citizen Kane of movies, it could have been the Citizen Kane of Scream franchise, okay? It could have.
No, that's what number 3 is. It's already got that spot.
All right, Eddie.
Just one little context here. I came in there hate watching, so I was already prepared to hate this movie, no matter what. And I did hate it which is why my score is a 3.
Ah,
Hey,
I
fair.
did not enjoy it. Just like comparing it to the other Scream movies, and the studio firing Melissa was also the reason why I came in there hate watching it,
And then knowing that Jenna Ortega left because they fired Melissa is yeah. So
and what they were gonna do if they kept Melissa and Jenna, they were gonna have in 7 they were gonna kill off Jenna and have Melissa turn into the new Ghostface.
but could we not still do that? Like, I know there's a financial aspect and maybe some creative differences to it, but there's nothing saying that because like Nev Campbell didn't come back in 6 because of the money issue, but they made it work. I mean, there's nothing saying that those two won't come back again.
I think the problem is not the money. It's just that what happened between the studio and them, right? The reasons they got fired. That's
Bad blood,
That's
yeah.
I think what's gonna become the problem.
Yeah.
And it is oh, sorry. I was gonna bring up the fact that like for the premiere there were protests because of that, and that might have affected its box office a little. But it had a great box office actually.
No,
It was
no,
the best for the
for the franchise.
Yeah.
So it didn't. I don't think it affected the box
Yeah.
office at all.
I definitely get where you're at with when they make changes like that, but I think for what they did for 7, and knowing that they're still out there, easily bringing back 8, 9. I'll put money. I'm pointing at the fences. I bet you see them within the next 2. I think they all come back.
Wow, really?
I don't know. I don't know how that relationship is between the studio and Melissa Barrera. I think that's the biggest barrier here.
Here's the thing. Here's the story too. When they fired her, they did get backlash, and then they invited Melissa to talk about the thing, and then what she did was she showed up to them. She said no, thank you, and left.
But we've seen multiple franchises in the past where people didn't want to come back, and then they come back.
I don't think for
Yeah.
8 though, dude.
Well,
Come on,
well,
they're shooting it.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying 9. That's why I'm saying 9. I'm saying somewhere. But at
Maybe
8,
if the studio has a change of management, maybe she'll come back. That's all I'm saying.
not impossible.
All right.
She doesn't need the Scream franchise though.
No,
so
but-
she just like it's not like when you talk about Nev Campbell. That's kind of what she's doing
Right,
now
right.
is Scream. That's what pays her bills. You know, these younger actresses they don't really rely on the studio as much, so they don't have to come back if they feel like they're jilted.
But I think if you get a decent script for like 9, and they're like, "Oh, we absolutely want this script, but we got to bring these 2 back," absolutely you could. I mean, like how many times did we say like Robert Downey Jr. and all the Marvel people are coming back, and they're all coming back? Like fuck it, like
I always thought they were coming back.
there's bad blood, but I think there are ways to mend it with a couple of bucks and writing a story specific to them. I don't think it's impossible.
Before we finish up, if you guys would like to mention your socials and where people can follow you.
Before we go there, do you remember the homework that I left you for the past episode?
My top 5.
Top 5.
Yes.
That's true. That's
We
true.
do
I forgot about
remember.
that.
All right, so how do we do it? I just go 5 up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I got a couple honorable mentions because I couldn't figure out which ones to throw away. Michael is an honorable mention. Jackass 5, I think is gonna be brilliant
Yeah.
because they're bringing Bam Margera back, and Devil Wears Prada are my honorable mentions.
Devil Wears Prada.
Oh my god, I can't wait!
Dude, are you kidding me?
Yes.
I still gotta watch the first one, but I'm definitely going to watch.
I
that.
haven't watched the first
Oh, it's
one.
so good. Number 5, Godzilla minus 0.
Oh yeah,
That's
facts.
a good one, yeah.
I was very happy with what they did with Shin Godzilla -1. I really enjoyed what they're doing with what Toho's doing with that franchise right now.
Best Godzilla movie in my opinion, because it's like an actual good storyline with Godzilla in it. You know, like
Yeah.
you
Both
would
elements.
require Godzilla for that movie to be amazing, and yet it is.
What I liked about Shin Godzilla was it almost had nothing to do with Godzilla. It was I liked the idea of looking at how a government is trying to handle this thing, and it's just sneaking its way through town. And I liked the drama of a government politic drama of like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
What would we do? What would we do?
But yeah, I think Minus Zero was fantastic. I liked the black and white.
Yeah.
I love any movie that looks just as good in black and white versus the color. So I think Minus Zero is going to be great.
Sick. Okay, so I was trying not to do like 100% horror movies because it's just kind of my life. So, Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
Now, I know you guys may have hated the Mortal Kombat 1 remake, reboot, whatever you want to call
I
it.
liked it.
I thought it was fantastic,
so.
and I thought
liked
it was
it.
cool that the next one's coming out. Like, I thought it was going to be really like a good time. So
It looks like it's going to be a great time. And then Street Fighter 2, like that one, like they're playing way into the camp on that one, I think.
right, well, and that's fair.
Yeah.
Considering the two franchises.
But yeah, I'm digging the fighter.
Yeah, I think
fighter
that's a
movie.
good genre. There's a movie called like The Mummy. It's Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw a trailer
It's
for
coming
that.
out like I think in August, and it looks like a really good horror movie. It's produced by James Wan and Blumhouse.
Love Blumhouse.
Let's just mention right now, Brendan Fraser is not gonna be in that movie.
Yeah, unfortunately, no.
We're gonna get who you gonna call at the end of the movie.
Oh no. Yeah, no. I really love the Brendan Fraser mummy movies, but I like that they're like is a mummy movie that's like really leaning into horror.
Yeah.
Again.
Kind of like what Guillermo did with Frankenstein.
Yeah, I think that these franchises have become really like action based, and talking about them in like a horror way is kind of cooler.
Yeah.
I think like this one seems like it might have like a little bit of backstory too, like mystery. Like there's a lot of mummies, so it seems pretty mysterious and cool.
I'll go real quick on my number 4 was Scary Movie 6. I definitely am excited to see the Wayans brothers back to doing a scary movie. They did the Paranormal Activity spoofs.
Yeah.
I think Marlon Wayne's a genius when it comes to a spoof movie. He did Darker Than Black, or 50 Shades of Black.
Yeah.
And he also did a Haunted House.
Yep.
Yep.
Haunted House
No,
is
I
great.
specifically didn't do scary movie because I knew you were gonna put it on yours.
Yeah, scary movie all day.
So that's
we
your
have
4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our 4.
yeah.
Okay.
We have Ready or Not 2.
For your 3.
Yes.
Yes. So you guys suggested to me last time to watch Ready or Not 1. So I did watch it. Now I'm excited for Ready or Not
Is it
2.
good?
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So,
No,
And I was
really,
like,
really
that's a
enjoyable
really
movie.
good suggestion. So, Masters of the Universe is coming out in August as well.
Nice.
I think that it's going to be fun. I know a lot of people are really like
I'm
tight-fisted when it comes to
skeptical
these kind of like
Skeletor.
properties, but
Yeah, 2 words. Jared Leto.
That's what I'm skeptical of.
he's not always a movie killer. He used to be a pretty good actor at some point
Right.
before he let his ego
Only
get
in
in the way.
Requiem of a Dream.
American Psycho.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's in Dallas Buyers Club and stuff like that. He does have the acting chops. I think that he got a little bit too much into his head that he was like an actor
Yeah.
and like maybe too hot to handle.
Like because he watches some of these other ones that really kind of create a character, and he's like, well, I can do that same thing, and he goes a little overboard on it.
Yeah. And and he wants to seem like he's like exotic and
Yeah.
cool. Kind of like Johnny Depp, but you didn't get the coolness
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's like an odd dude, but he's not like,
Yeah.
who's mailing rats to people
Right.
or whatever.
Man just needs to stick to singing. That's pretty much it.
Right.
That would actually be good. He's actually not a bad singer.
Yeah, pretty good
Was it
performer.
you never
I can
played
honestly
it?
really good with crowds.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did have one that got pushed back to 2027. I got kind of mad
Yeah.
because it sounds like the coolest thing ever. So it's called like Remains, and it's a Nicholas Sparks book directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Ah.
So I just thought it's starring Jake Gyllenhaal. It's like a thriller and a romance,
Alright.
But I was like, I cannot put these two together in my brain, so I have to see it. Like, I'm so excited to see how they make that work, and like the romance plus the horror. I don't know. It seems pretty cool. It's like about a guy who like was in a good mental institution, and then his like sister dies. I don't know. And it does sound pretty interesting.
My number 3, Legend of Aang, the Last Airbender.
I did see that.
I think it's going to be brilliant. Avatar: The Last Airbender as a series is a masterpiece.
Of course.
It's almost a perfect animation. I would almost say it's a perfect animation. For 3 seasons, Avatar: The Last Airbender is probably one of those like once-in-a-lifetime type shows. The character arcs are amazing. Zuko has the best character arc.
Well, and this is in the vein of the television
Yes.
show, not like a live action
Right,
like they've tried previously.
It's taking place years after Soren's comet, and we get to see how the gang just kind of grows up into that technology age. I think is going to be interesting to see how they went from that primitive into like this technology age of Korra.
Right.
And then to see what happens to like Toph and while she's living in the swamps, and I'm really interested in to see what those characters do now that they saved the world, basically. Did you guys enjoy Last Airbender?
I've only seen a couple of episodes,
Okay.
so what I've seen I love, but it hasn't been a show that I constantly watch.
I love it, and I hate Korra.
Korra was different. I think it is what it is. I think it was all right. There was a couple of interesting things with Korra, but yeah, it was different.
She
It is what
ruined
it is.
everything, though. Oh my! Every time I think of Legend of Korra, it's just like she literally threw everything in the trash.
What's hard about a series like that is you can't it's hard to separate it from the original. Korra as a standalone, I think was fantastic, but when you look at what she did to the franchise, you're like, no.
She
Yeah, but you can't keep her away
has-
from the
yeah.
franchise.
Like with Korra's storyline, she literally broke the whole cycle of avatars, so that the next avatar has no one to actually guide him, like Aang did and Korra did.
Hey man, let's do it. Hey, let's do it.
No, let's not do it. This doesn't make any sense.
The new series, twins, and they're hated.
Whoa.
Yeah,
So
it's like post-apocalyptic, semi, and the avatar is hated.
that's literally the plot of Borderlands 3. I hope you
It's
know.
Borderlands 3.
Actually, that's funny. The plot is literally Korra screwed everything up, so now these two avatars have to start fresh.
Hey, instead of going back to Juan in the very beginning, we get basically a new start, like a nice solid reboot, I guess. My number 2, I had to piggyback both of them. Spider-Man, Doomsday. I'm curious to see how they start to end those two franchises.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what they do with Tom Holland, how they're going to start ending his story. Doomsday leads into Secret Wars that ends the Marvel, this universe before they start taking it off into a different direction. So I think there's going to be really interesting to see how they bridge those two, and then how they start to final act their way out. So I'm interested to see how, an ending finally after 20 years.
There's no ending. There are no. We thought there was an
I know.
ending, like Infinity War and
And then my
Endgame.
number 1, Ted Lasso, season 4.
Oh,
Ted Lasso season 4.
Ted Lasso, I think, is gonna. I love everything that they're doing. I loved everything about the first 3 seasons. A lot of the writers are doing the new Scrubs, Shrinking. I think Shrinking season 3 is absolutely brilliant. So, like writing wise, I think the show is some of the best comedy writing. So I'm excited to see what they do in 3.
and to
Or 4.
me, shrinking is the best thing that Apple TV has ever put out. I think.
It's good. Pluribus was actually really good too.
We haven't started that yet, so
Okay. Apple, what was that morning show with Aniston and Reese Witherspoon? Mwah.
I don't have Apple TV.
Oh,
Don't look at me.
First 2 seasons were absolutely amazing. Apple TV has some real hidden gems, but they're interesting because they don't care about their TV platforms, so they don't push it anywhere else. but they have amazing content out there.
Yeah.
So if you can get some Apple TV access, I say go for it. How's our top fives? Do they hold up with you guys?
Yeah,
Both
but
of
these
them
are
and yours?
actually what you guys are named.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that one of your was Ready or Not 2 came from our suggestion to watch Ready or Not,
Yeah.
so that actually was pretty nice.
It was a great suggestion, dude. Like I'm used to watching like almost every. It's not really horror, but it's like thriller adjacent,
Yeah.
like movies. I don't know how that one just like flew past me at some point, but I just didn't watch it.
How'd you feel about the little kid getting punched though?
Honestly, it's like that. What was that TV show, The Slap?
Oh my god, dude! I can't believe people still reference that show.
Oh my God.
Absolutely amazing that people still reference
It's
that
peak
show.
comedy.
Early Quinton, Zachary Quinto.
Yeah.
Yep. So, do you guys want to mention like a little top 3 just to end the episode with that?
I think not, because then we're gonna go way too far into like mentioning like it's not gonna become 3, it's gonna become like 10 at this point. With all the new shows and movies coming out,
Yeah.
my list has gotten bigger and bigger
Yeah,
every week.
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
My one is Doomsday for sure.
Especially it'd be
after
interesting.
everything I've been hearing. But yeah. So you want to close it off, Eddie?
well, if they want to plug in their socials,
true.
you know, like tell us where we can follow you guys and what medias you're on.
Let's see. Check out part 1 at YouTube. Anywhere you listen to podcasts. Chasing the Whimsy. All the socials are Chasing the Whimsy, except for Twitter X, which is Chase the Whimsy.
Okay.
And you can find us all on all of it. Anything Chasing the Whimsy, check it out. Website. You guys got a page on there too. Chasing the Whimsy, best place. YouTube, Spotify, Apple.
Okay.
And thank you so much for taking the time to like actually record these episodes with us. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a great time talking to you guys.
Same. I think we've gotten a lot more comfortable than when we first started. You know? When it was just me and Eddie, that one
Yeah.
it was a little harder, but that's when we were barely starting because Juan hadn't
Right.
even done an episode with us yet, I think. But it's been a fun ride, and thank you for all the help you've given us.
It's awesome to watch you guys from the panel last year. Start your own. You guys got 42, 43 numbered episodes, and you got a bunch of other reviews and top 10 lists. It's interesting to kind of be able to talk to you guys, see your interest, and then you guys get the microphone to the recorders, and you guys are just going with it. So it's absolutely cool to watch your guys' journey from the very beginning all the way over.
Yeah, and I think you guys do a lot better at short form videos
Yeah.
than Ben does.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been watching you guys'
Eddie,
TikTok. I
that's
don't know if
Eddie.
you've seen all these likes suddenly showing up, but you guys do good clips and stuff. It makes me want to go directly to your guys' episode and see what you guys were talking about.
Eddie is the tech person for now.
I try to like with everything I have going on. I just like try to find something and just put it up.
Yep.
Yeah, doing a great job.
You just keep going, keep doing your thing. Find little tweaks here and there, and then like just slowly just build it up. And like, you guys got a great setup already. I think it's fantastic. I think you guys are off to the races.
Thank you.
And thank you.
All right, you want to close it out?
You close it up.
I have to say it. I
Yeah.
have to say lick it up.
Oh, sorry. So with that being said, lick it up.
Comment, share.
And subscribe and follow us on our socials. And one more time, thank you for being with us.
Definitely. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
All right, later, guys.
Later.